What's up, YouTube, baby? So we on this pier load. You probably see me in the same thing. We went on ahead and got us some chili. I'm just coming off a, let's see, 12, 15-hour fast. So your boy needs something to keep him going. Something a little on the healthier side. And that's what I want. So, what's today's date, guys? The 10th. Damn, today the 10th already? Oh. What we at? Cynics. No, I gotta write down my fuel and everything when I get it. So, but this Cynics right here is not enough room to pull up. So when you ask me why you didn't pull up, there's not enough room. So I do my thing as fast as I can and get up out of here for the next guy. Okay. And there ain't nobody here anyway yet. So, but there will be. 390. We drove 6.7 miles per gallon on this load. Well, on that tank, which is awesome. Fuel over here is 315 for number 2. All right. So that's pretty good. And then we set that back, reset our trip. Now I have to enter fuel in a couple different spots. My ELD and my ELD and my GPS for IFTA. So just in case they try to pull a fast one, we got three records of it. So, and all of them gonna say the same. Oh, he didn't give me no invoice number on this one. It's cool. We'll do 611, I guess. Boom. Okay. How y'all do y'all feel? Do y'all gotta do the same thing I'm doing? Or do y'all just at the end of the day? See, I like to do mine right when I get fuel, because at the end of the day I got videos to edit, 951, and I got things to do, and I'll be wanting to chill, and I don't want to be doing paperwork all night. It's crazy. 64,355, 64.355. Fuel was 3.159. It should be 20330. Cool. Alright. Give me a second, guys. Alright, family. So, whenever I get done fueling, I take my paper towel. This is a bottle full of Dawn. And we get our hands cleaned up and everything. And boom, we ready to ride out. Let's go south, baby. Alright. We going south. Oh man, I forgot my wallet. Put it in there. Okay. Make sure you're checking your mirrors and things. And this is practically a straight shot. Just riding out with your boy. Alright. This load that I got is 70 75,000 pounds. Put my jig. Now, I'll turn my jig all the way up on loads like this, heavier than 70. And that depends also. That off the window for y'all. We did. This trip down here to is about 3 hours and 3-hour drive. So I set my time for 4:30, I believe. Let's see, what I set my time to 4:30, and it's saying we're gonna get there at 4:12. But if I wouldn't have stopped and got fuel and everything, of course I'd have been there sooner. But it was a dream of mine to be sitting up in this big rig like this, and just, you know, driving. I love driving. Now, I'm gonna tell you a story. I moved to North Dakota. That's what this, I moved to North Dakota in 2008, but let's go back even further, okay? So, I was down on my luck in Baltimore, right? I was living with my aunt. I wouldn't say down on my luck, but I was a young punk, you know what I mean? Let's see, 18, 17, 18, and I was living with my aunt at the time. A lot of things, I'm just shortening it up, because I do eventually want to write a book on my life up until, you know, this point. But obviously that's going to depend on how far, you know, if I started now or whatever. But anyway, I was 18 when I moved from Baltimore. 18, 19 years old, right? And I was working at Burger King. I had a construction job. I was cutting glass. I was an apprentice glazer, right? And pause. All the way pause on that, right? So what they do is, like, for government jobs like DC, Washington, DC, we restored the Pentagon doors and everything. So we would cut glass and for these, you know, buildings, or we did churches. We was a restoration company. I was a lot of things though. So I left that gig, and then I went to for some reason in the world. Well, let me see. Let me see how I can do this, because I met my wife, my now wife, in Baltimore around that time, and I was staying up late, young, not getting the proper rest, going to work tired, and just, you know, when you're young, man, you just you know, you really don't, you can't see it. And a long story short, I wound up at Burger King, man, and I worked there for a little bit, and I met my wife in a store called Ross in Baltimore. And from there, shorten it up a little bit more, her grandmother was sick, got sick, and then he came back down to North Dakota. And when they did that, a lot of things transpired. So grandpa wound up being sick and everything, so they moved back to take care of grandpa. Grandpa, he's at this time, I think he might have been somewhere in his 70s, I believe. He came straight from Italy, and my wife was already pregnant, and so already pregnant, young whippersnappers, man. And she said, hey, we moving back to North Dakota, this, that, and the third, take care of granddad. And and I'm like thinking about it. She was like, we gonna move this such and such date. And I told my co-workers and my supervisor at the time, I said, yeah, man, I'm thinking about moving to North Dakota, man. And Pat was like a hippie. Pat was he smoked weed, white dude, head long, like about to his ear. And he like, North Dakota, he's like, damn, he's like, they still got hay bales in the street and all that, and cowboys over there and wagons and shit. I'm like, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what am I about to get into? Like, I ain't, And at the time, guys, I ain't had no phone. I had a Razor, I believe, on Sprint. And you ain't just, it was a flip joint. Yeah, I ain't pulling up Googling, none of that, you know what I mean? And so I'm telling her, I'm like, man, these everybody telling me that it's a whole bunch of, people riding horses in the street and everything. But tumbleweeds do blow in the street though, when the wind kicks up though. So that's a fact. But not no hay bale. I mean, if a hay hauler somehow go under a bridge and it's too high, yeah, to knock off and fall. But not like he was saying it. So I'm nervous. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. And at the time, I had a Dodge Intrepid, a silver Dodge Intrepid, and literally the rack and pinion was screwed up on it, and the steering wheel was cocked like this. That's how you know it was straight, right? And we took that joker, loaded it up, wished everybody well, told my aunt and uncle what I was doing, and my grandmother and everything. And they was like, man, my cousins and all that, they was kind of upset, but it was no way that I was gonna be a deadbeat father, somebody who ain't, and I get it, circumstances happen like that, but I wasn't about to let that happen, because I know what it feels like to be left out and not have your parents in your life. I know how that feels all too well, right? So that was one of the number one motivations. And at the time, we was we was gel. We was already gel, guys, like white on rice, right? And so we driving up, and I tell you, the first thing coming up this way that I noticed in the city, right? In the city, I have never ever seen stars at night in the sky, like where it feels like you can just reach out and just touch them, right? And out my mind, I was blown away by that, right? And I had to get out the car. I had tinted windows. My tints were like, I had some dark, even with them tints, I was able to see clear as day. So I got out the car and I stepped on that ground. It was in the summertime. of August, right? I stepped out and I looked and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is just like no other, right? And as we kept on driving along, you know, she getting sick. We had an appointment when we pulled over at a Burger King so she can throw up the morning sickness or whatever you want to call it. And this was with Jada, my daughter. Yep, and that was when we touched down in North Dakota in Mandan, right? The streets, hold on for a second, guys. Hello? Hello? Hold on for a second, guys. We'll pick back up. All right, people. So that was my daughter calling. So I think where I left off at was when I touched down in North Dakota in Mandan, and the streets was like, compared to where I live at, like the streets were like much bigger. And I'm like, man, like I thought I lived in New York, or staying in New York, and of course that was like, it's no comparison to how big the streets are down there. But I'm talking about specifically Baltimore City, and everything was just big and just like, you know, I can't walk over here. I can, but you can. But like, if you, it's not the cultural difference. It was a shock, right? And it was no. I had cut my hair before I moved down. I had braids, and I cut my hair because nobody. I was like, man, ain't nobody down there know how to do braids. You know what I'm saying? And so I wound up doing that, and then, you know, we was going out and everything, and to the stores and everything, and I was just amazed. Like, it's like, man, Walmart was Walmart in Mandan at the time, at over there on Old Red Trail. Where's that now? I can't remember, but I know Walmart was like our favorite. We was in Wally World on the daily. Get those $5 movies, man, out the bed. And then I worked for I think it was about 3 days after we've been down here for 3 days. I started looking for a job, and I was surprised. Like, you could get a job in a heartbeat down here, and it was crazy, right? So I went to Burger King because that was what I last went at. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I can get top dollar down here because, you know, they don't know what they doing down here. I was, you know, I was that guy over there at Burger King. You see what I'm saying? Came down here, got a high, what is it called? The team leader or something like that position. And I think I had that for like a day and a half, 2 days max, right? 2-3 days, something like that. And I went to apply. I went over at Chief Construction, and I worked there for about maybe a couple of weeks or something like that. And it was about a couple of weeks, something like that. Then I went over to a company that was called CETA. There was a refinery to clean refineries and everything like that. And I worked there for some years, loved it. And that's when I went to the war rig, guys. And when I did that, that forever changed the course of me. Now, okay, I'm gonna tell you some stories, right? We family, just ride with your boy, right? I drank in Baltimore, but not a lot. Like, you know, I give me a 1-2 beers and I'm good, right? Boy, when I come down here, man, these dudes was putting down suitcases, and I'm like, God damn, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be able to put down. I can't keep up, you know. And then that's when I fell in love with Corona. I fell in love with the Corona, man, and that's when I was buying Coronas by the 6-pack. Then I went back to Miller High Life. Then I went to Corona again. Then after being in the rigs for so long, it was Budweiser, to the point where my tolerance was, you know, I was putting down half, at least minimum 10 beers. 10, but in the can though. You know. And then we would go for our beer cruises on the rig. Hey, my rig, man, y'all know about that. But I don't drink anymore. I haven't had a drink in some years. If I do drink something, it'll be maybe a special occasion or something like that, man. Especially on the rigs. It's a lot, it's shit bags, ton of them. But the good people, man, told me a lot of things, man, and showed me how to do some stuff, and actually cared, you know what I'm saying? We actually developed a bond, you know what I'm saying? Friendship, you know what I mean? So, and I kind of cherish that, because all my friends back home, most of them are, you know, incarcerated. They in Penn State, and many of my friends are dead. So coming to North Dakota, man, it was peaceful. Just the tranquility, like you was like I was able to let my guard down. And I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? Because it was nothing happening, nothing. Like, it was just, you go to work, boring. I mean, I'm talking about it still is boring though, up here. But I like that peace now, you know what I'm saying? It's like some sort of peace of mind. Stuff happens up here, but not like a major city, you know what I'm saying? Like Baltimore, nothing like it. And then that first winter hit, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, I was like, oh my goodness, like this can't be wintertime, like, cause why did the connection lose? Cause at the time, Baltimore, when it's snowing in Baltimore, like, yeah, you're getting, they dropped some salt down, that shit gone. But up here, I'm thinking now, okay, you know, it's gonna be the same. We 3 months, 4 months, and it's still snowing outside, guys. And I'm like, oh man, that is just crazy. Like, and then that negative, you go outside, my body wasn't used to it. I was just like, bro, like, I ain't gonna be able to do this. But I stuck it out, and we're here now, and you know, I still don't like the snow, and the reason why I kind of not in favor of snow is because I gotta drive in it. That's my profession, so I gotta deal with that, you know what I'm saying? So, but otherwise, guys, on a rating scale of North Dakota versus Baltimore and just living in general, I know we was all over the place. Told you a little story. That's a white horse right there. I'ma say it's beyond a major difference, guys. It's a major difference. I'ma even go say major 10 times, you see. I would give it a 10 out of 10. And we're talking about not for weather. If it was for weather, yes, that scale would be down away a lot. But you can send your kid to school You could go to the store. You don't really be harassed. You don't got people standing at the store, the corner store, in front of the store, in the deli, the bodegas, you know, 30 deep. And you gotta squeeze past people, and I was one of them people, man. We'd be on the corner at the corner store at mom and pops, hanging out all day long, man. Especially when school let out, ain't no school. Oh yeah, and then we'd put a basketball goal up. But that's what I'm gonna give it, man. I'm gonna give it a 10, cause Baltimore, I done been through some, man. And also when I came up here, we used to play football, basketball on the street. We'd set up a basketball goal in a heartbeat. Or we'd go to the court, and it'd be a lot of us, and we'd be in packs riding bikes. I've never not one time seen more than 10, 15 kids at the basketball court. Inside the gym, I see it now. Like when I first got up here, and I still don't see the as far as outside, I don't see that. Football, I don't see that. I still don't see that. Like we would be outside from sun up to sundown playing football or basketball, and we'd be on the street with it playing. And but like in North Dakota, it's like, man, like I would have so many. If I grew up here, it was like, man, I would know everybody from Bismarck, Mandan. Like I would have people riding bikes. We'd be deep riding, just riding bikes, having fun, hanging out. You guys know what I'm talking about. You was kids, you and your boys, y'all be just riding out. We would fix our bikes on the fly and just, you know, being outside. We fish. I ain't get a chance to do that in Baltimore ever. Fishing and all that stuff, man. We're a very outdoorsy person, riding jet skis and all that. And but it seemed like the people now, the kids I'm seeing now, is just like they don't want to be bothered. My bad, buddy. I ain't see you, buddy. My bad. And they want to be like left alone. You know, you run into them and you hit them like that. Oh my God, they doing a LeBron on you, flopping all over the ground, you know. But it's okay. It's okay. But I would love to see that, man. That's how you make some of the best friendships and become close. Like a whole pack of y'all, man. Like just. And what makes it crazy is that all y'all gonna be, 90% of y'all are still gonna be with each other. If somebody hasn't moved away or, you know, life happened and things like that. So, but we'll come back later on, guys. I just wanted to share some of that stuff with you guys. So we'll come back later. Can't get it straight. We almost got it. Come on, baby. Messed up. Man. Well, I can't say I really messed up, but I just didn't plan to get. Trying to be a perfectionist when I don't really have to. What I like to be, so there you have it. Alright, where you at, yellow line? There you go. Alright, there you go. Y'all see me?